Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Sorry, there was a bit of a delay on the YouTube, but here I am back talking to you on this cricket show live today on YouTube. Again, welcome to Cricket Happenings, everybody. And today, what I'm going to look at on this cricket show is we are going to look at the second Test match between Australia and New Zealand. Probably right now, as I'm talking to you, we are getting into a very, very riveting. I think it's the third day's play which is coming up, but it is tantalizingly poised right now. And as I said, this is Australia and New Zealand, and Australia and New Zealand clashes are always very special. And we are going into the third day. On the third day, the equation is New Zealand have done a good job. They have picked up four Australian wickets. Australia are 77 for four. They're trailing by 202. So they need 202 runs to win the test. But for New Zealand and their home fans, if New Zealand were able to pick up those six wickets, they would be registering a victory over Australia since 1993. So such has been the drought of New Zealand not having a win over Australia in a series. Not in a series, basically they'll be drawing the series here. But we are really looking forward to it. Very interesting day, which is coming up at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch as I'm talking to you here. Dear fans, so I'll be talking about that, and also just on a very, very lighter note, I briefly follow the PSL because I'm a real cricket freak, and we are talking about the Pakistan Super League played today between Lahore Qalandars and Quetta Gladiators. And the reason I'm talking about this to you, yesterday there was a real humdinger of a match in the Pakistan Super League. Today we had something extremely special. Shaheen Shah Afridi, the experienced bowler, was bowling the last ball, and 6 runs were required. And it was Mohammad Wasim Jr. Putting a length ball from Shaheen Shah Afridi over the deep mid-wicket region for a magnificent six, which really left the cricket commentator, the former great master blaster, Sir Vivian Richards, absolutely pumped up. And even Shane Watson. And what a calm presence at the crease, this man. Just 2 balls he had to face. And Shaheen Shah Afridi was the bowler. And that's the reason I'm saying this is something extremely special. Shaheen Shah Afridi, the bowler. And it was Quetta Gladiators, Mohammad Wasim Jr., length ball at the stumps. And he has hit the ball over the deep mid-wicket for a six. And what this has done, this cracking shot from Mohammad Wasim Jr. has taken I think it's the Quetta Gladiators, I suppose. They have gone into the playoffs. So the Quetta Gladiators get into the playoffs, winning by 6 wickets against the Lahore Qalandars. I just wanted to share about that because this was as exciting as it could be. Now let's talk about and we'll also have a look at the cricket news. But let's go and read what happened on the second day's play at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch between Australia and New Zealand in the second Test match. New Zealand resumed on their overnight score. Tom Latham was along with Kane Williamson. And in fact, Kane Williamson was already a goner. So we are talking about Rachin Ravindra at the crease with Tom Latham with him. So Tom Latham and Rachin Ravindra started stemming the tide. They started, really playing in a very measurable manner, and things just went on and on before the first wicket to go on the day was Tom Latham. He was caught behind by Alex Carey off the bowling of Cummins, and there was a nick, and that was the end of Tom Latham for 73. But a nice knock from Tom Latham under the circumstances. 73, 8 boundaries included. After that, we had a wonderful partnership. It was between Rachin Ravindra at one end and the very, very reliable player Daryl Mitchell at the other. And Rachin Ravindra and Daryl Mitchell stitched together a very, very good partnership. In fact, they started taking the game away from Australia at one point because from 155 for three, they added some valuable runs, 123 runs to the good, with Rachin Ravindra always, taking advantage of anything which was giving him any wet, and he was dispatching it to the fence. And at the other end, Daryl Mitchell was someone who was really going hard on the over pitch deliveries and giving it the right treatment to hit it to the boundary. So 82 was the contribution from Rachin Ravindra. Before Cummins, as I said, was the man who really toiled hard, and he was the pick of the ballers today with wickets, with picking up 4 for 62. And he was the one who actually broke that stand. And in fact, Daryl Mitchell's wicket was claimed by Josh Hazelwood. Again, Hazelwood coming back again, getting the ball to just shape away from the batsman, but the edge again, Daryl Mitchell was sucked in by the delivery from Hazelwood. He was gone for 58, 6 fours and 1 6, and then after that, Tom Blundell came in, and then there was a bit of a there was three, 4 wickets fell very quickly from 286. 2 wickets fell. So first was Rachin Ravindra, who was caught by carry of the bowling of Cummins, and then Rachin Ravindra made 82, as I said, with 10 boundaries, and Blundell was a very, very early victim. It was Cameron Green was the bowler, and Blundell was out. Now this was not a good shot from Blundell, especially he should have taken full toll of a half tracker coming in from Cameron Green, and Cameron Green himself could not believe it because how he got this wicket. In fact, it was half tracker, and at the last moment, I think it was Tom Blundell trying to check the shot, and finally the ball fell into the hands of Manas Labuschagne. After that, Scott Kugelin actually, he survived a chance, but that was it. After that, Scott Kugelin went after the Aussie bowlers to give them a real spanking. He made 44 of 49, which was pretty useful runs at that, 5 fours and 2 6s. Glenn Phillips did not do much after making 16. That was the solitary wicket claimed by Nathan Lyon as the ball ripped sharply from outside the off stump, and went on to clean bowl Glenn Phillips. Matt Henry made 16 of 11 of four boundaries, all coming in boundaries, and then it was an early end. 372 was the final tally. Again, you had to nip off 96, I reckon, with the lead taken by by Australia in the first innings. So that was nipped off, and then that left 200 and 200 and if you look at the card there right now, they were 77. So 279 runs was the target for the Aussies to go and win the match. I'll talk about their innings, but let's have a look at the bowling figures. In fact, Pat Cummins had to get the wickets. He had to press in 8 bowlers on that particular day. Manas Labuschagne bowled. Labuschagne bowled a very interesting over. Travis Head bowled, and then Mitchell Marsh was also into the action. So basically, if you look at it, it was 4 for 62 for Pat Cummins, which was the story of the day, and 349 for Nathan Lyon. So now it was the turn for the Aussies, and the Aussies were set a target of 279 runs for a win. And let's see what happened. So Stephen Smith and Usman Khwaja walked in, and only 15 runs were added for the opening wicket when the first wicket fell, and this was Stephen Smith. Now, this was an interesting dismissal. Now, as we know, Smith, initially he has his habit of actually shuffling towards, and that's what he precisely did. And that shuffle proved to be a real negative aspect of it, as it was a good length ball from Matt Henry. It nipped back nipped back, probably coming towards the middle, and it even though it was reviewed, one thought it was a plumb LBW on that score. The ball would have definitely gone and hit the leg stump. And that was the end of Stephen Smith. LBW ball, Henry for 9 with 1 boundary. So wicket number 1, the Aussies scored at 15 for 1. After that, Marnus Labuschagne was a wicket. Now, this was a very, very soft dismissal, as we call it, because he previously was dropped of Marnus Labuschagne when he came in, but it was Ben Sears who picked up his first wicket. Now, this was a ball which was, he was probably Marnus Labuschagne was trying to flick it down the onside, but the leading edge ballooned the ball into the air, and it was the bowler himself, Ben Sears, easily taking the dolly of a catch. And Marnus Labuschagne was gone for 6 with 1 boundary. And then a vital wicket fell after that as Usman Khwaja, who has been just trying to stay at the crease, was a goner, as it was a wonderful catch taken by Tim Southee. It was very well taken by Tim Southee once thought, because this was a ball which was on the top of the off stump. Probably the ball straightened, and it was Usman Khwaja absolutely squared up. Probably tried to defend from the crease, and the ball started flying away. But Tim Southee really did a great job in the slips. He got to his left, and just he was actually in the sort of a flight motion when he actually took the catch. So that was a stunning catch taken by Tim Southee. And then and to add as I said, insult to injury, Cameron Green was the next victim, and this was real tentativeness on the part of Cameron Green. The ball was angling in towards the off stump and was bowled at some good pace by Ben Sears. And Green was just wanting to just have a prod at it. And as I said, it was very tentative. He was not sure. There was a bit of an indecision on that. And that really brought his undoing, as Cameron Green was clean bowled by Sears for 5. And that left the Aussie innings in a real shackles, one could call it, 70 at 34 for 4. And suddenly the New Zealand crowd was absolutely buzzing with joy, and why not, at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch. But then, so 2 wickets apiece for Matt Henry and Ben Sears, and Glenn Phillips bowled 2 overs. But after that, Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh played a few strokes to just keep the action going there. They actually took Australia to the safety of stumps at 77 for 4, with Travis Head's contribution being an unbeaten 17. He really put the shutters down when it came towards the final stages. Travis Head not out 17, but Mitchell Marsh was not afraid to play his strokes. He remained not out on 27 with 4 boundaries. 77 for 4 was the final tally. And as I said, as we go into the third day's play with 1.5 hours remaining, right from here on in at Hagley Oval in Christchurch, we have a very, very good day's play coming up. 24 overs have been bowled. The ball is really old right now, and Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh would like to make the most of it. Probably the morning atmosphere might probably hit the bowlers. So just talking about the probability here is that first and foremost, if Australia wants to win the match, Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh has to really put up a good stand. They need to take it much longer. Yes, Alex Carey is not in the best of form, and then it goes to the. But again, if you look at the tail, Pat Cummins can be termed as a batsman. Mitchell Starc also can be classified as an all-rounder. Nathan Lyon. So definitely, there's not much of a tail. Even Josh Hazelwood the other day, stuck it out at the center. So definitely Australia, but it is very vital that Travis Head, the recognized batsmen like Travis Head, Mitchell Marsh, and Alex Carey are the ones who have to take the onus and see to it that they take Aussies to a win. And if at all it is going to happen, it is going to happen on the fourth day, unless rain gods are going to intervene. Now, talking about New Zealand, what New Zealand can do is, they have to stick to a good line. They have to really block the runs. They have to bowl the good deliveries and block the flow of runs to make Australia work very hard for it. And for New Zealand, if at all they want to break the series drought against the Aussies and give their home fans at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch immense joy. But it's not a holiday day today. It's Monday in New Zealand. And I think what they could do is, the Tim Southee, Matt Henry, Ben Sears, they have to strike pretty quickly, and they have to really gobble up the wickets pretty quickly of Travis Head, Mitchell Marsh, and Alex Carey to really give themselves a chance. Because, as I said, Aussies still have some batting to come, but probably the pressure might be really down on Australia. But all said and done, we have a very, very riveting day's play coming up at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch 1.5 hours from now, where I'm talking from my studios here. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I have nothing else to add. Just going to see some cricket news, some news coming in for the Indian Premier League 2024. Phil Salt, I'm very happy to see that. Jason Roy is probably injured and he has been replaced. So Phil Salt is replacing. I really wondering as to why Phil Salt was not figuring the IPL, and I feel absolutely happy for Phil Salt, who has been termed as a replacement for Jason Roy at Kolkata Knight Riders. And India, as you know, are on the top of the pile after winning the Test Series 4-1 against England. They are numero uno in World Test Championships right now. And the Pakistan Cricket Board has given an invitation to Shane Watson, who is the cricket commentator now, I reckon, in the PSL, to come and coach Pakistan. It will be interesting to see what Shane Watson comes up with. Other than that, I have nothing else to add, dear fans and subscribers. And as I said, we had a fantastic last ball six hit by Mohammad Wasim Jr. When he smacked Shaheen Shah Afridi, one of the experienced and one of the wonderful Pakistan bowlers, into the audience to bring up a magnificent victory for Quetta Gladiators, for them to qualify for the playoffs, and that was wonderfully done. Well, dear fans, subscribers, it was, as usual, a real pleasure talking to you all. Yes, I can't wait to get a glimpse of the match of the 4 days play between Australia and New Zealand, the Hagley Oval in Christchurch, which, as I said, is going to be an interesting affair on the third day. Well, dear fans and subscribers, this being said, it's all over as far as cricket happenings is for the week. But this cricket happening show will be back with you next Saturday. Till such time, I see you all. It's goodbye. Thank you.